Well, Michael, it's never dull following this football club, but it is a point today that has lifted us out of the relegation zone. What's your assessment of that one?
Like I said, it's an important point coming this time of the year, points of pressure, so we know that, and for us to come away here and come up against some tough elements today, to get the drive and the desire from the boys and get results, brilliant. And look, like I said, it gives us 2 games now. We're in the ascendancy, we're outside, and we just got to keep going.
Talk us through your game plan, because you made 2 changes today. Cairo Taylor, Miguel Naguar both coming in, 2 natural wingers. Obviously Miguel's had to go off after 20 minutes, but was it part of your game plan to exploit them down the sides?
Yeah, so we had Jason, our scout, go watch these guys last week in their last game, and we identified that they were very slow, should we say, on transitions, and the centre halves and the wide 2 fullbacks were very slow, and we could get at, and I think it justified the first goal, to be fair, didn't it? Quality ball in behind, and Ethan's raced through and put the ball in the net, which is fantastic. Yeah, look, we talk about it and we know how precious points are at this point, so we might have taken not backward step a little bit after that, and we invited a little bit more pressure than what we might have liked. But look, the boys were fantastic today, and the points, it is massive.
I'm sure an early goal was on your mind, but I bet you weren't expecting it after 29 seconds. Brilliant ball from Ruben, and what a finish from Ethan.
Yeah, that's it. I said we have to start well in games, and we can get on that ascendancy, and we did that perfect. Like I said, Ruben's really starting to come into his own. He's getting fitter and fitter. He's picking up them pockets nicely. And Ethan, like I said, he's hit that goal scoring run now. It's a 3 or 4 in the last however many, and it's brilliant to get all boys firing at this time of the year.
And just a word for the defensive shape and the compactness of your team, because you had to withstand a lot of pressure in that first half. Okay, we've conceded a goal right at the end in stoppage time, but you had to, like I say, withhold a lot of their attacks. You must have been pleased with that. Yeah,
this group have shown that recently. Like I said, the result against Harbour, they showed that they were willing to fight for each other. They're willing to put their bodies on the line to keep the ball out of the net, and that's fantastic. And by our back 4 and midfielders doing that, it gives our forward players that luxury of going out and enjoying doing what they do and putting the ball in the net. So that's fantastic. We've just got to keep them going for 2 more big games now.
Do you feel as though goals at crucial times have stopped us from taking 3 points today? Because you look at that equaliser, it's come in the last minute of stoppage time, and then we've conceded that penalty just after the break.
Yeah, I can agree with that, and that may come into maybe a lack of experience. These boys are still learning. They're still learning their trade at this level, and it's frustrating, yeah, but recent weeks we might have buckled under them, conceded them goals, and today the boys, especially after that second goal, were hit the canvas, and they got themselves back up, they dusted themselves off, and they pushed, and last 20-25 minutes they pushed these boys all the way, and they were a better team. And look, I think 5-10 more minutes at the end of that game, we would have gone on and won it.
There was a bit of frustration in the camp when I wandered around here at full time, a little bit of frustration with some decisions in the game. Is there anything that you want to talk us through in particular?
Well, if we're going to come on to it, we might as well come on to the penalty decision straight after the thing. If you're going to start giving penalties for shirt pulls in the box, you're going to be giving 5 or 6 penalties a game in every game across the league. And personally, it's not the first time it's happened to us this season. I think the NPL have to look at the standards of refereeing at the end of this season, and I think they need to improve on that, because I'm being honest and I have my opinion, and I'm allowed my opinion, so I just don't think they're good enough.
Did you speak to the referee to try and get any clarity at all?
The referee wouldn't speak to us. He ran off to the opposite side of the pitch and refused to come to this side. Left his linesman on this side to hung him out to dry, because he didn't know the reason why the penalty was given. So look, like I said, it's something the league needs to address, and they need to of it, because we shouldn't have these talking points every week in terms of referees costing clubs games. Not just us, they're costing other teams a game, because let's be honest, Boldmere should have had a penalty last couple of minutes. There was more of a penalty than the penalty they got. We had a handball again in the last couple of minutes. Look, it's frustrating, but that doesn't take away how great my boys were today, because like I said, they fought against the elements where at times referee decisions were against us where they shouldn't have been, and I won't hold my tongue on that. I will defend my boys to the end, and I just want to see them get a fair crack of the whip, which at the moment they're not doing, because Rushden Diamonds are down the bottom and everything goes against us.
Do you feel it was a fair point on the balance of play?
Yeah, probably. If we're looking at both halves, they were, like I said, they had majority, not the better chances, but of the play, and probably the ascendancy in the first half. But second half, we were brilliant. Apart from that goal, our boys were brilliant, and like I said, if we had 5 or 10 minutes extra, we would have gone on to get another goal, and I'm no doubt about that. But look, it's a massive point for us. We move forward. We've got another good week now to get training in Tuesday, Thursday, and we'll work hard on what the plan is for Saturday. And yeah, we're going to enjoy these last 2 games.
A mention for Jacob Scott as well, because when we came round, we unanimously agreed that he was the man of the match today. Scored that second goal, and it's crazy to think he's not even a right back, but what a job he's doing there.
100%. It's nice to watch Scotty evolve as a footballer at the moment, because like I said, we asked him to do a job one week where we had no right backs, and he's grown into that position, and he's just getting better and better every week. And for us as a staff, it's brilliant to watch. And like I said, hands down, that was his best game for us today. He is really improving. He's getting better and better. And look, this is what the other side of being management is. You're watching your players develop and get and grow as people and as players. And yeah, look, he's been fantastic, and we're lucky to have him along with all the other boys in the squad. And yeah, look, it makes my job enjoyable. And like I said, we've got 2 massive games now.
Outside the relegation zone with 2 games to go, all 3 of the teams down there on 26 points as well. And it's crazy to think we had 4 points at Christmas, we were 14 points adrift in January, to give ourselves this chance going into the final 2 games. I mean, what an effort it's been, and regardless of what happens from here, you must be proud of the fight back that your team have made.
100%. They've been fantastic. A lot of these players came in when we were at our lowest, and they wanted to take the fight on, and they've done that. And yeah, look, we've given ourselves a massive opportunity here, and everyone says to me, no matter what happens, for us now, I think as a team and as a squad and a management stuff, we will be very disappointed if we don't cross the line now after all the hard work we've done and the fantastic moments we've made. Like I said, since Christmas, that we've worked hard, we've done well, we've got the results we needed, we've put in the performances we needed, and now, like I said, we've got 2 big games, and hopefully come the 27th, we've done enough to stay in the league.
And just lastly, looking ahead to that game next week, potentially our final game at Hayden Road, Shepshed Dynamo, the visitors, a side who have now secured their Step 4 status, and I'm sure you'll want to get out a rallying cry to the fans for what could be our last game at Hayden Road, to come out and support the team. Yeah,
like I said, regardless of what's going on the pitch, it's a massive moment for the club. Like I said, it could potentially be the last game there, so we owe it to Hayden Road to send it off properly, and so hopefully we can get a massive crowd in with us and support the boys along the way. And look, massive opportunity for us now to go and step on again next week and win at home, and then take it right into the final week and just see where we are. So
well done on a hard-earned point.
Thank you.
Well, Jacob, it ends in a 2-2 draw here at Boldmere. Quite the game this afternoon. What are your overall thoughts after that one?
I was just saying to the lads, it was a great game to play, very enjoyable. We're at the relegation zone with that big point. It's massive, but we've had so many chances there and controversial decisions. We could have come away with 3 points, but we definitely take the point on the road, and we look to our next game against Shepshed.
You mentioned controversial decisions there, and I was just talking about them with Michael on the go. What was it that seemed to irk your side in that one?
Yeah, well, we'll have to look back at the penalty claim and a few other decisions. There was a handball over there in the first half, which ref didn't give, and then as play continued on, that's where the first goal came from. So once again, we'll just have to look back, but not beat ourselves up over it and keep going.
Look at the positives. A really fast start for our team, in front after 29 seconds. I think it's our earliest goal of the season. Great finish from Ethan, but what about that pass from Ruben as well?
Yeah, I mean, Ruben's got all the quality in the world. He's a great player. I play with him at club level as well. He's just as good as the guy as he is a player, and I couldn't be happier for him getting goal contributions.
And tell us what was going through your mind as that corner was whipped in from Ruben for your equaliser.
Well, yeah, I've been held back a few of the set pieces. I've been at the halfway line, so when I got the shout to go out by the gaffers, I was like, get in there. I said, I'm getting my head on this. So I pointed at Ruben. I've told him to stick it just in the 6. I've just tried to get a bit of my body on it, and it's ended up in the back of the net. So.
And that ability on set pieces to score goals from those situations, is that something that's always been part of your repertoire? Because for someone of your age, you're a very physically imposing lad.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, for Northampton, we practice set pieces throughout the week, and I've scored quite a few goals this season from them. And just naturally, I'm quite a big guy, so I always back my chances, try and get a set piece goal. And every time there's one, I just try and jump up, win the header, and get it on target and hope for the best.
How does it differ training with Northampton, playing for Rushden on weekends? Because I'm sure you have different routines depending on who you're with, and of course style of play might come into that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at Northampton, you know, you might be looking to make more safe passes, whereas here you're looking to get it in good areas and impose the back line, spin it in behind. So it's just about, it took me a few weeks to try and get used to, but you know, it's just about trying to adapt to different play styles and doing what's best for the team.
And from a positional point of view, you've been playing right back for Diamonds, but I understand
Yeah.
you are more of a central midfielder.
Yeah, so I mean, first time I played right back was, I think it was Market Harbour on Boxing Day, it might have been.
Yeah.
Never played in the back line before, always been a midfielder. And yeah, it's just like again, it's just something I've had to adapt to, try and add to my game. You know, I've been enjoying it. If I can get 90 minutes, you know, and get on the pitch and play for the team and give my all, I'll play wherever. You know, if they want me to play striker, centre half, left back, wherever it needs, I'll put my all in.
And when you are playing at right back, what is it that the coaches ask of you?
The Rushden coaches.
Yes.
Yeah, just, you know, win my aerial duels, you know, put it in good areas, get the ball, spin it in behind. You know, we've got great pace with Kyra and Miggs and Dylan, you know, even Eve as well. So just putting it in good areas for them to run onto.
Just on reflection at the end of that game as a squad, do you feel that's a point gained or do you feel it's 2 drops? Customary question after a draw.
Yeah. You know, playing the game, I definitely think we deserve to win that. You know, the boys were great today, as we've been shown in the recent weeks. So you could argue it's 2 losses, but then when you're behind and you're 2-1 down and you know you score an equaliser and you get a point, it's massive. You know, it's put us out of relegation zone, so it's definitely a point gained, I think, at the end of the day.
2 games to go outside the relegation zone, as you say. All 3 of the teams down there on 26 points. Now, naturally, of course, that will bring a pressure, but I suppose as a player in that squad, something to thrive on as well.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as a young player myself, you know, these are the things that you've always dreamed about doing, and it's so exciting to come in and play. You know, they're almost like cup finals almost. But you know, the boys in that change room, the boys in the pitch, you know, we're showing ourselves. We're getting better every single week. We're a hell of a team, and I think we've definitely got it.
And looking ahead to next week, what is potentially the last game at Hayden Road, last home game of the season, Shepshed Dynamo the visitors. How are you looking ahead to that one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where they are in the league. I think they might be a bit lower.
They're 14th.
14th, yeah. So, you know, we'll just have to go into it like every other game we've gone into. You know, it's another cup final that we've got to win. It's 3 points on the board. And the boys just need to keep doing what we're doing because, you know, we're showcasing ourselves at a very good level at the minute.
Thanks for your time, Jacob.
No
Much
worries.
appreciated.
Cheers.